Good morning. I think I'm live. Let me double check on my phone real quick here. Yep, I'm live. Good morning, everyone. Let me turn my sound down. I'll get professional with this eventually. So welcome, everyone. Hello. Good morning. I am Julie with Day Trip Vintage Company. And today I will be sharing a little DIY how-to with a retro inspired snowman that you can make and include in your own assemblages. And wow, I look like I have really bad, right? I have really bad Wi-Fi this morning. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Let me see if this gets a little clearer. I'm going to turn my phone off and see if that helps, but I'm not sure if that's going to help or not. Bear with me a second. Turn my phone off. Let's see if that helps a little bit. So today I'm going to be sharing a little DIY with you and also a haul from a vintage craft haul from a recent estate sale that I went to. So first of all, I guess I'll just jump into the snowman. So the snowman that I'm going to share with you, I'll show you. Hi, Melinda. Good morning. I'm glad you're here. I don't have very good Wi-Fi connection, right? What do you think? Give me your opinion on how you think this is going. So I'll show you a couple assemblages that I use this little snowman in. So this is something I worked on last week. This is a little, a lot of people I know decorate in pastels and pinks and purples and light greens. So I thought it would be really fun to use him in this manner. So there's one example of the snowman used in one of my assemblages. And then here's another one. So he has a little bit of a different look in another assemblage. Oh, it looks like it's getting a little clearer, I think. Yep, so a little different colorway. And so this is how I came up with this Santa. So I found these cupcake pics online, and I've seen these on Amazon. I've seen them on eBay. They're kind of readily available out there. So these are retro inspired, but they are new, super cute, and they just have a little pick on the end. And then here's another example. I've also seen these on eBay and on Amazon too. These are also readily available, and these would be super cute as well. I think these were in a little package that I got from my friend Joni at Vintagerous. She sent me this amazing box of crafting inspiration, and so this little guy here was included in that. And then of course you could find spun head Santas and vintage Santas, and in fact I purchased some little spun head Santas, so I need to look for some hats because I think those would be super cool. So these are the Pics. This is such an easy project. And then I found these craft artisan floral foam balls, and these actually came from the Dollar Tree. So super inexpensive, a pack of 6. And it doesn't say the size. Let me measure. These look like they're about, they're about 1.5 inches. And so I thought these were a really good fit with the heads. And they would work with either one. You can kind of see the either head works. And it is so simple. So all you do, oh, Melinda, a spun head. So they made back in the 50s and probably 60s, a lot of the angels had little spun heads, the angels on the cones. a lot of the Santas and Mrs. Santas. In fact, I have a bag of them. You're going to think I'm crazy. So this is a bag of 100. So these are, let me show you. These are Spun Heads. I haven't done anything with them. I bought these from a company. So here's one of them. And they're just like, they're covered in cotton. I think spun head comes from spun cotton. I think that terminology comes from that. And they just feel, they almost feel felted. They almost feel felted. Yeah, it's a lot, right, Melinda? I think there's 100 in this bag. So yeah, they have a, you know, hard texture, and yeah, they almost have like a felt kind of look or quality. So I have some projects in mind. So, and actually these came from a website, and they were like seconds, right? I can't see that anything's wrong with them, but so cute. So cute. And in this bag, I think there's some, yeah, right here. Let me grab one. So these, well, I don't know, maybe not. I was thinking that looked like a snowman face, but maybe it's just a little girl face. Somehow in this bag, crazy bag of 100, I feel like, oh, here, this guy. Okay, this reminds me of a Santa, of a Santa face. Oh, where did it go? It just flew back in the bag. Oh, here it is. I dropped it on the floor. Right? Doesn't that look like a Santa face? So this would totally work. Well, it's probably a little small. It's not bad, but I think that's a little not as good of a proportion as it is with the Pics. But I know there's little black plastic hats out there I've seen, but I think these are better proportions. So basically, put this little guy away. Yeah, they are super cute. I have a project that I'll probably start working on next week with those heads. And so basically all you do is you take the little styrofoam ball, and if you feel like the pick is a little bit too long, in this case it's quite long. It just depends on what your end project will be. I sometimes will cut, you know, just take a little pair of nippers or clippers and clip the end of it just so that it doesn't stick out the end, because sometimes, I mean, if you're hot gluing it, it probably would be fine. This one too is probably a little bit too long. Yeah, right. I think that head is a little too small proportional wise. And so all I did is I just stuck it in here, right? And there's your snowman, super, super easy. And then I was trying to decide, am I going to put glitter on it? Is some kind of snow? I thought snow would look super cute. So that's what I did. But you could do both. You could do the little fake snow and glitter. You could just do glitter. There's so many ways that you could do this. And I found, this is the snow that I used. And again, I found this at Dollar Tree. So it was only $1. This faux snow, and it goes forever. I mean, here's my little bag. I bought 2 bags. And all I did, now you could use white glue. You could use Modge Podge. I happen to have this huge bottle of, this is called Instant Decoupage. It's a matte medium, and it's by Aileens, I guess, if I'm saying that right. Yeah, Aileens. Yeah, so this snow is really sparkly. It does have a lot of sparkles in it. And what I liked about it for the snowman is the bits are kind of bigger, so it added texture. I thought it added nice texture. So yeah, so this is probably 3/4 of the way full, so I'm trying to use this up. But anything, white glue, Modge Podge, if you have happen to have something like this around. And so all you do is, right, I won't show you, but you just lather it up. You could also do it before you put the head in. I found I put I stuck the head in just so I would know where the hole was, but then I couldn't find the hole, of course, after I covered it with the snow. So yeah, you just cover it with your white glue and your Mod Podge, and of course, paper plates are a crafter's best friend. And I just poured some of the snow in the bottom and just roll like crazy. And then here are two that I did, but I haven't added those into an assemblage. So you can see it gives really nice texture. It's sparkly, and yeah, I think I really like how this, hi Amy, good morning. No worries getting here late. So I'm just demonstrating how I, just this little DIY I came up with when I was making Christmas assemblages a couple weeks ago on how to make these little Santas. So you didn't miss much. You can either go back, but basically it's just a little floral foam ball. And I bought these at Dollar Tree. It's a pack of 6. And you can find these Pics readily on the internet. So these are the ones that I used for my snowman. And then here's another example. This came in a big box of fabulousness that Joni at Vintagerous sent me. And I've seen both of these. You can find them on Amazon. You can probably find them maybe even in a craft store like Joann's or Hobby Lobby or Michael's, maybe even in the cake section. I haven't gone to look. That's one of my things in the next couple weeks, is seeing what's out there in the cupcake world, because these Pics are great. So these are readily available on eBay, Amazon, different websites out there. So either of these would work really well. Oh, thank you, Joni. Thank you, Amy. Yeah, on Joni's sale. Thank you. I've been having such fun making them. It's very different than what I was doing in my handmade business, because I was doing hand stamped jewelry and bookmarks, and I'm on a little bit of a hiatus. So I'm like, I've wanted to do this for so long, and I'm having such fun doing it. So, yeah, why not? So these are the little heads. You can find them out there. And yeah, you just take one of the balls and lather it with Mod Podge, white glue. I use this medium, and roll it in this, which is great. You can find this probably in any of the hobby stores too, but this happened to come from Dollar Tree. Gotta love Dollar Tree. Can get stuff so inexpensively. And then to embellish it, I did a couple different things. So you can use ribbon. This is an example of a vintage, I think it's bias tape, I want to say. So you can really make your Santa any colorway that you want. If you want, traditional, if you want to make it be so cute too, if you want to do like a little romantic scene, kind of neutrals, you could use lace, or you could layer things. That's really where it gets fun, I think, because you have your basic Santa, and then you can, decorate it how you want. So for this particular one, so I added a little pom-pom. Let me turn that around. So I just added a little bit of that plastic super good greenery that we find out in the thrift stores and whatnot. I think that came from an estate sale. I have like a big bunch of it. So I just cut off 2 little leaves that I thought were proportional, and added a little pom-pom there. So you can really decorate the hats how you want. And then I just used a little vintage chenille stem for the scarf, right? So you could do Even these little, I think these would look so cute. The little sparklies would look cute. You know, even green. You could even take a little piece of fabric, right? Like some plaid fabric would be so cute. And even I was playing around, even this rickrack. I almost used this around his neck, but then I really liked it at the base. So, so yeah, that's more of a traditional with the red. I will stick him back here. And then for this one, I went very little more romantic with the pastels. And I did some sparkle greenery. There's a good shot. Do you love to craft, Amy? Oh, I would love to know what you make. I have to make sure if am I following you? Do you ever post on Instagram? I want to make sure I'm following you. I'm on Instagram at, if you're not already following me, at same name, Day Trip Vintage Company. I would love to know what you craft. You could even send me a message with some pictures. And then I had, being a jewelry maker for a lot of years too, I had, I only found 2 of them. I found just 2 pearls. You know what's interesting? I'm finding that especially when you're using vintage materials, you may only have 1 of something or 2 of something. So you really can't replicate much. That's been an interesting thing to find. So I only had 2 of those little pearls. Good morning, Pat. I'm so glad you're here. Pat is an amazing creator. Oh my gosh, she makes amazing things. I'm sure you guys are already following her YouTube channel. And yeah, so amazing, so inspiring. So I just went with a very pastel look to this one. I glued a little bead that was kind of had a like a freshwater pearl look. And then this was, don't you love these? These crazy glue strings that are all over everything. And then I just took some vintage bias tape because I love me some turquoise. I love turquoise. I always seem like I put a little blue into everything that I do, or somehow it pops in. Good. Everybody's following each other. Good. So yeah, so this is just, I took that one little snowman and I just took it in a very different direction, and yeah, super, super easy. And then I also put, because this was like a snow themed assemblage, again, I just used the Modge Podge sort of medium that I happen to have. And I just put a little clear sparkle there on his head, so it looked like he had a little snow-capped hat. And I didn't do that with the other one. I kind of liked him just sort of simple, but yeah, so this is that other little assemblage. I love blues and greens too. Yeah, I decorate with blues and greens. I mean, that's sort of my little Thanksgiving setup, but yeah, I have my blues and greens, even though I have a lot of my earth tones and browns. Yeah, I can't resist it. So that's the little snowman. If anybody has any questions, like, you can shoot me a message on Instagram, and yeah, I would love to see if you guys try this, what you make with it. Send me an Instagram message with a picture or something. I would love to see. Oh, the vintage font. Oh yeah. So I don't know if any of you follow her. Not recently, but maybe a while back. And she's been really, I think, inspirational to me. I sort of had this vision of things that I want to create in my head. And I want to say I might have to put the link in later. I think it's Creative Girl Vintage, I think is her YouTube channel. And her name is Tammy. And I love how she uses very either retro inspired materials or true vintage materials. And the stuff that she makes and creates is just gorgeous. She has an Etsy shop, and very inspired at her creativity and the things that she does. So I was watching her channel one day. Let me see if I have them. You guys don't even know. It looks kind of clean back here, but it is a hot mess on the other side of my computer. I have bought so many vintage craft supplies. I've been gifted so many vintage craft supplies by sweet friends. And so literally I'm at my dining room table, and the whole other side of the table is covered in craft supplies, like Dollar Tree and things. Like I did an estate sale haul a couple weeks ago, and a lot of that was crafting. So I already had some stuff in my stash, but I'm finding I never know what's going to inspire me, right? So I'll show you the pan, but these, let me see if I can grab them easily somewhere. I found, sorry guys, let me go grab them. They're really great. Oh, here they are. So I saw Tammy was using on her, and I have letter stamps, but these are so cool. They're on Amazon, and they click together so you can spell words with them. And there's several different font sizes. I might go back and get the smaller, but they're just little, see, they're just little letter stamps. And the cool thing about them, because I always found it difficult when they're singles and they don't clip together, it looks all wonky, right? When you try to stamp your name or your word or whatever. So these are really cool. So that was, I click those together, and they do this. They're so cool. And so I don't know what size this is, but I ordered caps in lowercase. I think this is the biggest size that they have on Amazon. I think they have a smaller font, which I think I'm going to go back and order in a couple weeks. So these are super cool. So that is how I did the font on this one, the Let It Snow. But I could see how I would enjoy having even the smaller stamps too, because I really had to think about, well, what wouldn't be too long or big. And I just did this on, I stamped it on a piece of vintage paper that I took out of a book. I have a thesaurus here from my mom's house that I've been kind of using up because the paper is really aged and has that really great look to it. So I stamped it, and then I decoupaged it on a piece of cardstock, kind of retro looking cardstock, and just glittered up the edges. But these stamps are so cool. I love them. I definitely want to get the smaller size. Yeah, definitely look for them, Pat. They're so cool. Yes, I'll link them in the description. I'll figure out how to do that. I'm not super good at it, but I'll definitely figure it out. And then I think Melinda had asked about, so these are just vintage Jello molds. And I actually bought these from Jen Eads. I think I from her, a YouTube sale that she had, because I've been looking for them locally and I couldn't find them. And I think I might have purchased a set of 12. So, and now I'm feeling like I'm using them a lot. So I need to come up with some other kind of things as bases. I have some vintage tins and some things I'm going to use, but they're great. So these I used a little for this one. They're little plastic, snowflakes, just so I would have a bigger base doing it this way. So that one I did, down. And then for this one, I did it the opposite direction. So I had it up like a cup, and there's the the base of it. I think these are Jello molds, right? Yeah. And so I just put a little bit of foam in here, that green floral foam in, just to give it some oomph so I could have something to glue upon. But, you know, I probably could have also taken one of those plastic snowflakes and used that as a base too. So I did that one a little bit different. So, and then the other thing, which I'll show you, this one was so fun. And again, it's very difficult when you only find one or two of things. But so this is one of my favorites. So I found, in fact, Melinda, I found these at Topanga. So Melinda, we have a little, hi, Erin. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I know. I was watching your haul the other day, Erin, and you were talking, I think, about getting your craft area set up. And I loved it. You did, I think you showed it on, well, you must have shown it on Instagram too, but the figurine that you repainted for Halloween, oh my gosh, I loved it. So cute. So cute. Yeah, I loved it. So this is just a vintage cup. I think it says made in the USA. So this was, and same thing, I just put some floral foam in here. And this all came about because I found these little mushrooms, and I was like, okay, I have to use those in some way. I've just kind of been obsessed with the whole woodland kind of mushroom thing, and I have a lot of things kind of in my head of things that I kind of want to do along that theme. So this is a different, right, base, and yeah, just have a little plastic deer, and these were little moss, kind of like little stone, again from the Dollar Tree. Love the Dollar Tree. And I actually bought them thinking ahead to Easter, but it worked really well for that. So that's another fun, right, little base to use. I know a lot of people really like go big and do these big assemblages, and I probably will try my hand at that at some point. I'm waiting on my lunch, so I'm in and out, but I'll see if I can pop on in a bit. Oh, good, Erin. Thank you. Yeah, I know this is probably your lunch hour, right? So yeah, just a different, but I don't know. I kind of like working in smalls right now. And my thought too is I love this size because you can pop it in a little vignette. You can pop it in with your vintage Christmas, and it just is kind of a cute little accent to things that you already have going on in your decor. So I've been enjoying working in this kind of smaller size, but I hope to do something grander. I just have to find the right base. Hi, Picasso Cat, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So I just went over, you can go back and watch. Kathy, you can go back and watch. I just showed a little DIY of how I've been making my little Santa Clauses, just a fun thing that I came up that I have been including in some of my assemblages. I can't even talk. Yeah, I think so. Hi, Suzo. Am I saying that right? Suzo's. Hello. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming. Yeah, I like the little sizes because probably like a lot of us, we have been collecting vintage Christmas, or we're trying to collect vintage Christmas. It's hard to find sometimes. So I like little things that I can tuck in with my other decor. And yeah, unexpected places. You can just, they work anywhere. So I'm kind of liking working in that size. So I think now we have a few more people. I think I'm going to show my haul from, let me clear Let me clear the deck a little bit with these stamps, and I'll figure out how to put the link to these stamps in the description. And I found them on Amazon. There are probably other places too, but that's where I found mine. Let's see, what does Kathy say? I've been collecting crafting supplies all year. Have you been? Yeah, I was telling everybody that it looks kind of clean behind me, but literally in front of me, behind my computer, this is a big desktop computer. It's not a laptop. Eventually I'm going to get a laptop. I keep carrying this one back and forth. I have a desk area in our family room, and then this is our living room area. But the entire dining room table is literally covered with bins of crafting. And it got so bad last week. I went to my parents for the weekend out in Palm Springs area. And because I had Easter stuff I had picked up, and I had fall, and I've kind of moved past fall. So I just got this huge box, and I loaded all the Easter, all the fall, and I just kept Christmas. But it is crazy. It is crazy. And I have sweet, sweet friends that are sending me things, and oh my gosh, so fabulous. So it's kind of an explosion, and I keep buying, and I'm just buying because I feel like you have to get it when you see it, because you never know what that thing is. I was making something the other day, and I was like, I wanted red, a particular ribbon I was looking for in a particular size, the rickrack, but I didn't want the big rickrack. I wanted something that was small rickrack, and I ended up finding a workaround, but I'm like, I don't have any tiny vintage red rickrack. So yeah, but that helped me because I was feeling very overwhelmed with literally, I would be embarrassed for you guys to see. I was feeling, and we have a 3-bedroom home, and we have two kids. So I don't have a room that's a designated craft area. I've always, even my other handmade business, I always just worked in the dining room here in our living room dining area. So I've always kind of overtaken it, but it was small stuff. Now I have big bins of crafting. So it's a little crazy. I have some visions of how to better utilize our garage. So hopefully we'll slowly get that organized. So I'm going to hop into the haul. And so this was an estate sale that we have a bunch of people here, fellow YouTube friends and friends in our community here that live in Southern California. And so this was listed as the ginormous estate sale. That's how it was listed on the estate sale website. So it was huge. It was a 4-day estate sale. I went to the first day, and then I went back again on Sunday. I met Kate, who who I do vintage coffee talk with on Fridays. So tomorrow will be on my channel, Kate and I from Releve Vintage. So I went back Sunday and met her Sunday. So Sunday was supposed to be 50% off, but I'm guessing the estate sale team came in Saturday and was like, holy cow, we have a lot of stuff we need to move out of here. So they actually upped the 50% to Saturday. And then Sunday was a continuation of 50% off, and some things were 75, like clothing and textiles and that kind of thing. Yeah, Kathy, it really felt good to sort of just take those things and put them in a big box and have them out in the garage, because I can't even tell you what an explosion I have here in the dining room. So it just felt better to do that. And I just have stuff that I would potentially work on for Christmas here in the dining room. Let's see, what is Amy saying? I hadn't taken time to craft for years, but starting last year, I've started again. It's amazing how fast the supplies add up, though. Yes. And I've hit up the Dollar Tree like 2 or 3 times, I think, since Christmas started, because again, when they put their Christmas trees out, you have to get them because they're gone. In fact, I don't think they were available at the closest one to me. And then I had to take my son somewhere. So I ended up hitting one and got like the mother load at like another town really far away, one I don't usually go to. But I feel like when you find it, you have to get it, because then it's going to be gone, right? Yeah. Let's see, what is Pat saying? Working on small crafts while riding to Atlanta, trying to get a few more done for tonight's maker show. Whose channel is that on, Pat? Is that the show that you're doing with Jody? I watched it. I think it was last week. I watched that. Yeah, the pressure is on when you're selling vintage and handmade, right? You really have to get with it. I have, some things here, but later today I have to switch gears and start crafting. Okay, so I'm going to get into, this estate sale haul. So some of these things were full price that I purchased on Thursday, which is the first day I went. And then some of these were the Sunday, the 50% off. So speaking of bases, this one I picked up on Sunday. I don't know why I didn't get it Thursday. Maybe I just didn't see it, but I thought perfect base this way. I could turn it this way and decoupage something in there and maybe do a little scene. So this I got the second day. So I'm just after these. I think that's really, in addition to crafting supplies, I'm really looking for things that I can use as bases. Okay, I will be watching on Jody's channel tonight at 7 p.m. Perfect. So this is, so that, I'm just going to throw it on the floor. And then this, I found the mother load. Actually, I was there with, so Thursday, from our little California group, it was Gabrielle Lish was there, and there's a story to be told. I'm sure if you guys looked on Instagram, you know the story of how long Gabby was there and waiting in line, which she was a rock star, because had she not done that, none of us would have probably had the treasures that we brought home. If it wasn't for her, we had fabulous spots in line, and Gabby was first in line, which she should have been, because she was there for an awful long time. And it was just fun. It was a fun adventure. So let's see. Yeah, Gabby was there, and Christina from Lilac's Vintage Treasures. I think that's the name of her channel. Probably all of us know her. She's adorable. And then Jamie from Mid-Century Wasted. So that was our little California group on Thursday. And then when I went, and then Kate went from Releve Vintage. She went by herself Friday, because I was actually out in the, I know, Erin, oh my gosh, it kind of makes me cry. If I think about it. If you would have seen the pictures online, I think at one point there were 900 pictures. I've never seen an estate sale with that many pictures. And then they posted more pictures, like maybe a couple days before, and it was over 1,000 pictures. I have never seen an estate sale with that many pictures. So they used ginormous in the description, and it was so crazy to think that this couple had collected this much stuff over the years. It just was crazy, and like high-end stuff and Christmas and holiday and like beautiful crystal. It was amazing. And Gabby was amazing to do that and wait that long, in the hopes that we could all get really good places in line, and she had to like go to battle with people and like negotiate, and it was a whole thing. I love when she did her one video after going to the sale with Jamie. They did a haul video, which was so fun. Well, Gabby knows and she might be watching, I don't know, but I love her and I adore her. She's very special. I was holding this up. So this is just some pom-pom. Probably, I don't know, maybe it came off of a pillow or something, but So cool. I love this vintage pom-pom stuff here. So I'll do something fun with that. I have a lot of pom-poms. Speaking of pom-poms, these are interesting. So this was only, I think I got this the second day. These are interesting. So these are pom-poms. I was just noticing, and they have like a plastic bead that goes all the way through. So I don't know. You can make like a necklace or something. Yeah, pom-pom goodness. These are interesting. I've never seen, and they're the really soft ones. And there's all kinds of colors in here. I love that color. Right, this turquoise and that blue. So these are really cool. Very soft. Definitely older. I wonder what those were on. So those are fun. Some buttons. I got a lot of buttons. These I debated. So this was a 50% off day. So I paid $2, but this card is really cool. And I think that would just look so cool just to keep it as is. But these buttons are really beautiful. Definitely old. It says made in, but that's cut off from the bottom. So this I kind of debated, but I thought that card was really good. And then there's another whole strip, and I wish I could see what the black ones. And then this one on the back is pretty cool. But I think it's just a 3 package. So I don't know that was any great deal. This, I have no idea what it is. This was a 50% off, maybe for hanging teacups. Does anybody know? It's a little wonky, but I thought it would be fun, to hang like maybe vintage ornaments from or something. But I'm thinking maybe you hang a teacup, and maybe this is like a plate stand down here. I don't know if anybody knows. I'm always looking for little cute display things. So I thought that was fun. I don't know what it is. All right. These I know I got on the 50% off day because I saw them on Thursday, but I was like, $3. There aren't that many cards in here. So I was glad that they were still there. So I love these vintage bingo cards. I think those will be fun to use as, you could use them as a backdrop for an assemblage and stabilize them somehow and glue stuff. So I think those cards are really cool. I don't know. I'm thinking Valentine's Day. And then there's a box with, and these are plastic, but they're pretty cool. I think those would be cool to stick on something. Yeah, Amy, I don't know what it is either, but it's really cool. Yeah, perfect, right? Perfect for Christmas with the red and white. And yeah, Christmas, Valentine's Day, 4th of July. These are good. It also could be a doll stand. So one of the rooms at this estate sale was all dolls. It was all dolls. I didn't buy any dolls, but I did get some like cool squeakers and some doll heads, and it was like doll clothes, figurines. I mean, shelves and shelves and shelves of dolls. So yeah, it could very well be a doll stand of some sort. And by the last day, who knows? Stuff was like all moved all around the house. So yeah. This, I don't know, a doily. We always need doilies. I think that was on the floor, and I picked it up. It was on the ground somewhere the second day. Another container. Some of these, they left the price tag off, and some of them they cut. Oh, I kind of paid a lot for this. I don't know. $2. This was a 50% off, so I think I got it for $1. So again, always looking for another container. This definitely has some age to it. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Do you guys do that? Sometimes I'll go places and I'm like, that's so cool. And then I get home and I'm like, I don't know if that was that great of a price. Or sometimes I'm like, wow, I really did good. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of funny. More pom-poms. More pom-poms. I think I grabbed these the second day. Look at that. The turquoise. Oh my gosh. And then there's this red, white, and blue one. Oh my gosh. Look at that. How cool is that? Oh my gosh. I love that. So super cute. A lot of pom-poms. Oh, these are cool. So these I found in the doll room. And I kind of gasped and grabbed them. And they took the price tag. So these were the first day, but I think they were just probably a couple dollars even. I remember these being really well priced. Aren't they good? Are these little, they almost look like little elf faces. Huh? So I'm going to have to figure out something good. Oh, bye, Kathy. Thank you for coming. So glad you were here. I would love to see all your creations too. So these are fun, these little heads. All right. And I found 2 boxes of ornaments, and these are all glass. Some of them may even be marked made in the USA, but they have that they're a little mixed, but I love this size. Let me see. I'm trying to pull one out here. Oh, my eyesight. I feel like, let's see if we can see it up close. I can't see what, but these are definitely old, but I like it when they get this kind of grungy patina to them, and I like this size. This is like a really perfect size for assemblages. So I think these are all, yeah, they're all silver. Some of them might be the see-through-y one, but perfect size. So those were good. So those were, I thought those weren't bad. Those are $3 each. So I grabbed those. I know, isn't it? Yeah, it is unusual because all the dolls were whole dolls, I guess. Is that what I should say? Whole dolls. There were a few that were in packages where like the head was separate from the torso. There were some bags, but I don't know a lot about dolls, and I thought they were, you know, Pat's the doll person, right? Pat knows about dolls. I wasn't I didn't have enough knowledge about them, so I didn't really feel comfortable buying them. Yeah, wouldn't they be great for elves? So I have to figure out like soft body or maybe like a cone situation. They're perfect elf. They are perfect elf heads, right? Like just have to do a little hat. Oh, so good. I mean, this is probably one of my favorite things from the craft haul. I mean, this is just crafting haul. I have probably another bin and a half that's non-crafting. This is just crafting. Couldn't pass these up. They're a set of 24 doilies. So cute. I love the size. So those were good. These I found in the kitchen area. So I have some of these already. I bought some. Again, I don't know that $3 is great, but I'm just really in the need for bases for assemblages. I bought some back from my mom's house too. So I do have a few from her house, but I picked these up. I thought those were good. I was like crafting mode. Oh, this is great. So this came from the laundry room. I think this was just a couple dollars. I was really excited to find. Yeah, they're perfect for elves. So this is just all seam binding. I can't get enough of this stuff. This whole bag. Yeah, it's just all good stuff. Look at that. Oh, I love this red, white, and blue one. Oh no, actually it's a little, well, it is red, white, and blue, but it has a little green in there. It's kind of floral. So cute. This is bigger than the size I was looking for the other day for something, but yeah, this was a great bag. I never find stuff like this. Do you guys? I never find stuff like this in the thrift stores. And we really don't have a lot of good antique stores here anymore. We used to have a big, like one of those big kind of mall not mall, but you know, where they had a bunch of vendors, and the person that owns it, or man, I mean, they've run it into the ground. I think it actually closed. Kind of makes me sad because I've bought some really good things there over the years. So yeah, this is just all, ooh, what is this? Oh, that's pretty. Like a little lace. There's a couple of those. So that's all good. And I wanted to get this, kind of show this to you guys today so I can get it all organized and put away. And I have one, so I have one less bin sitting on the floor. If you guys don't know me, I love hands. I love I just love hands. I don't know, maybe it's being like a creative. I just think they're so cool. This came from the bed. So they had taken like all the bedroom furniture out, but like one of the rooms was like, one room was all dolls, one room was all linens. The people that put on the estate sale, the nicest estate sale company crew that I've ever, any estate sale I've ever been to. So kind, so friendly, so helpful, so beautifully organized and displayed. I think they worked like 4 months or something to get this estate sale set up. So one of the rooms was kind of like a boudoir. It's where all the purses were and like some of the clothes. They also had racks of clothing outside this particular room. Maybe it was the master bedroom at one point in time. I don't know. And they had dressers with like, and you know, vintage perfume bottles. And so anyway, this was on one of the dressers, and I just think it's really pretty. I don't know. It would be pretty like as a display prop or something for jewelry. So let's see that I'll put over there. And then Gabby, speaking of Gabby, how many bags are here? So yeah, my friend Gabby, I had said, I hope that they have vintage Christmas trees. And look what she ran and got for me, because she was first in line. So she went and grabbed these at some point when she first went in. I would have never found them. So I love these, are my favorite. I had 3 that I got at that recent huge estate sale haul, but I don't know if these are all particularly old, but I don't know. They're much better and they're thicker than the ones at, like, this is Dollar Tree, right? This is like a Dollar Tree one I have sitting here. I'm going to use for a project because of the size, but they're just, I don't know. They're just thicker. They're just really cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags. I can't even handle it. Oh, look at these. Some of these are, oh, and some of these even have like the balls in them. Oh my gosh. Like this stuff makes me, right? Aren't the treat? This is the stuff that I get excited about. This is stuff I get excited about. Let's see, we're getting there. A whole bag of buttons. This, I don't know, guys, tell me, $10. This was on the first day. I thought that was probably an okay thing. And there are just, yeah, just cards and cards and cards of buttons. Oh my gosh, look at these cute little, how sweet those are, those little tiny pink ones. My color. So yeah, this whole thing is, there's probably, I don't know, 50 in here, maybe. Look at those cool orange ones. Look at the little turquoise. So yeah, I don't know, $10. Oh, these are great. These would be great in a 4th of July, like ephemera bowl or a little display. Super cute. So that, yeah, I don't know, $10. What do you guys think? Okay, so those are buttons. That's a great price. Okay, good to know, Amy. Because sometimes these aren't necessarily things that I bought in the past. I have jars of buttons from my mom, and I lost a mango thing. Like from my grandma, but those are all in jars. But I've never, again, I guess I've never come across a big bag like this. I haven't seen it at any estate sales in recent, and I definitely don't see that kind of stuff at our thrift shops anyway. Little thing of Gold Star tinsel, and this I think is actually old, 99 cents. So yeah, it's not, it's not particularly new. So that was fun. I picked this up because I've been looking for, those that teachers would use, the little stars, like the glue back stars. I've been looking for some of those. So I picked this up because it kind of reminded me, and I was in Hobby Lobby. I looked through all their sticker thing I couldn't find. I looked at Dollar Tree. But yeah, I'm trying to find, they would come in booklets, like pages, like the red, white, and blue and the green. Yeah. Okay, good to know the buttons were a good price. Oh my gosh, see, I totally forgot. A whole nother bag of this stuff. This is like the mother load here. Oh, look at that. Look at that one. It's the black with the silver. Oh my gosh. New Stay Flat Rick Rack Boil Tex, 19 cents. Let's see. I got my mom's button tin when she passed, but my sister-in-law had gotten rid of all the buttons. I've been finding them in the wild and buying them from Joni to refill her tin. Oh my gosh, Amy, that's so sweet. Yeah, Joni she sells a lot of buttons. Yeah, she definitely does, like really great crafting supplies. We've kind of talked about maybe doing something at some point. And I may start to, my thought is kind of going forward on this channel, I might be like putting some packages together or packets that are maybe, kind of have certain themes or color ways. I don't know. As I start to kind of get more of this, that's something I've thought about doing. Let's see. Lace. This came from that laundry room. Really pretty. I love this. Look at that one. Again, $3. I feel like I'll learn and I'll know more as I go forward. But I like that. Where's that? That like peachy. I love this kind of aged one. Have any of you done, oh yeah, wouldn't that be great for Halloween? It would be perfect. I also want to do some coffee and tea staining. I haven't played around with that. You know who did a really great, Trisha, there goes my phone. Trisha at Sandy and Auto. She did a unavailable. So it's one of those weird caller people. I should have turned the phone off. Sorry. She did a project with an artist friend of hers where they did like put rusty, crusty things and made these little packets with paper and material, and then they boiled it. It was so cool. Cindy, Mimi's Treasure Cottage. I'm saying the wrong thing. So Cindy at Mimi's Treasure Cottage. Go check out her channel. I think it might be on her art channel. Now these I put in this basket. Most everything I bought was either to craft with or to resell. But I bought just a few things that were for me, and I stuck these in the basket because these were for me to keep. I wanted some of these for a long time. I've seen them at antique stores. This one has a little crack in the back, but I just love these. I need to do, I've done a little, I filmed some videos, like edited videos, and then I kind of had a blockage about it. So I need to go back and try that again. But I bought back a cabinet from my many of you probably know my mom and my stepdad both passed away in June, 4 days apart, and they lived in Wyoming. And so we have all of our stuff. And my mom was a vintage and more so antique collector, and she loved small. She loved just really unusual things. And I obviously love that too. But I bought a huge cabinet back from their house that my stepdad had built. I sold a piece of furniture that we had in that spot, and it's much taller and larger, and it has like glass at the side and the front. It's a most beautiful cabinet. And so I put all like a lot of my mom's antique stuff in it, like her little smalls and her little collectibles, and it has glass shelves. I'm looking at it as I'm talking to you guys, and I've added some things like this that that I already had in my collection, but these little girls will go in there, and I think they're so special and adorable. And I don't know, like, were these made in Germany? I don't know, maybe one of you knows. And then this little girl with the blonde hair in there. I mean, they almost look like they were just dug up from somewhere. But these were in the estate sale pictures. This was one. These three were something that I really wanted, and I think this was the second spot I went, and they were there, so I grabbed those. I love those. So those will go in that cabinet. These I thought were so cool because they're small. They're much smaller, and they're kind of, there's a little crustiness to them, but I thought these would be perfect for assemblages. I mean, these are only, they're probably about 2 inches, but I feel like these are much smaller than I typically see. So yeah, and there's a whole bag of them, but I thought those are great for assemblages. More lace. Yeah, I do. That is one thing that I want to do. In fact, there's a quilt that was in my stepdad's family on his mother's side. It is gorgeous. It is a crazy quilt made from all like velvet pieces, cut up crazy pieces of velvet. And then there's embroidery, like little flowers and little borders. And so I was really afraid I didn't want it kind of anywhere where sun would hit it. We live in a mid-century modern home, and we have a ton of like floor to ceiling, like we have more windows than we have wall space in our house. And so I like folded that between 2 of the shelves. So the shelf, like it just fits in. It's so beautiful. Yeah. So I need to do a little video somehow of that. But there's like Native American baskets and old like bottles. My mom loved bottles, and like antique glasses, like the wire rimmed glasses. I don't know. There's so it's sort of like it's my mom's curiosity and like curio things, and this kind of stuff. So more lace. Oh, I'm almost to the bottom, guys. And 2 big bags, and this is the old stuff. $1. So this this was a good deal. There's some things I'm like, I'm not sure. But yeah, $1 each for these huge bags. And this is the older stuff where it's on the, it's thin, and it's on the thread, right, that goes through the center. This is the stuff. I have silver. I had a little tiny piece of gold that I got at the other estate sale. I have a really cool, funky, like orange and like magenta, which is so cool. I'm on the hunt for white. I actually had to buy some from Amazon because I wanted it for one of my assemblages. So it's not the best, but it works. And it's kind of thin. this little bottle. I'll do something cool. I don't know. Not this, but you know, I don't know. Make some little doll or something cute. So just a little random bottle. Glue sticks. Because you always need glue sticks, and I use these little short ones. So I grabbed those. Those were in the laundry room. Oh, I love these. So this is, see, I don't know why I didn't get that big one the first day, but I bought these. So I thought these would be, I mean, they're great bases, but I'm picturing these made into ornaments, right? Where I can string them this way. Hi, Debbie. Oh, you're sitting at the gate at the Phoenix airport. Oh, I love you. Have a good trip and have a safe trip. I'm so glad you're here. And yeah, so I thought these would make really great ornaments to do this way. So those are fun. And then there are 4 of these. So same thing this way. I can do them that way. I'm just on the hunt for these tins. These are interesting. I'm going to have to glue the base in. Debbie's she's my sister. We call each other sisters. She's so special to me. So yeah, I'll have to glue these. In here. And this is a set of 4. So these are cool. And this I was so excited to find. Because, you know, it's just these weird things. And they were only $2. And I've been trying to find these. I actually was even I've been looking on eBay for vintage ones. I was even thinking, well, I could just buy new ones. But I so wanted to find, isn't that funny? And they were just there. They were just laying under a table. And I thought $2 was great for these. But look at oh my gosh, look at the bird. So there's numbers and letters. And this is another thing that I was so excited to find. So the trees and those, and then these were $4, but still, from what I've been pricing it on eBay, it's a great deal. And these are a lot larger. These are probably about 1.5 inches. But this size is great because you can just do a single, right? And like do a tree and some little thing. Yeah, aren't they good? Yeah, perfect for ornaments. Yeah, this was a happy find. The things that make me happy are very simple. And okay, I'm done. So this, I was really excited. I think I paid like $2 maybe for this bag, but I did it for this lady. You think I did good, Amy? Yeah. I think so. I think I did good. Plus, you guys aren't even seeing, I have 3 bags of jewelry. I have another 1.5 bins of stuff. So I think I did pretty good. But right, Erin the Witch. Yeah, I feel this was one. I found this the first day. It was out in one of the garages with the holiday. I feel like it was $2 or $3 for this bag, but it was all about her. Oh my goodness, she's gonna stay with me forever. She won't go in an assemblage or anything. In fact, my husband put all of our Halloween stuff away, so I have to figure out how to get her back. But there's some cute things. There's some other, these little duckies are cute. There's a blue one. There's a yellow one. I don't know what I would do with those. Look at this. This is, I don't know what that is. Oh, like maybe it's a driver. Looks like a bus driver, maybe. So funny. I'm going to take a drink of coffee. Sorry, so I don't cough. Bye, Debbie. Safe flight. I'll talk to you later. Have fun. Sorry, I'm going to cough. I've had a crazy sinus infection. So I don't know what he was from. Little monkey. Little cute monkey. Look at this guy. He's cute. See, like a ringmaster from like a circus. So cute. I like how he's just really crusty and dusty. I don't know. He might have to go in the curio cabinet. He's kind of cool. He doesn't really fit with like the other things, but he's very cool. And do you guys remember those? It was probably from like a gumball machine. These little, so cute. These little, I can't get it off. These little rings, super cute. So that's it. That is it. The ducks would be great for Easter. They would be really great for Easter. So that is it for today. That's my haul. And those that came in later, you can go back and see the, not really a tutorial, but I just, kind of showed the pieces and parts of the little snowman that I made, or kind of that I came up with. I had to come up with something. And of course I would love to find like vintage heads and stuff going forward. So I just did a little like how to, where to find the parts. I'm going to write myself a note. I will put the link to those stamps, those rubber stamps that I found at Amazon. I will go back and do that. Was it a good haul, Amy? Yeah, I think it was a good haul. Maybe not as epic in like crafting stuff as that other estate sale I went to, but I think it was good. And I got some things that I wanted more trees. I was looking for the blocks and all the little, molds and things. No, I think it was good. I'm looking at my pile over here. I think it was good. Okay, so I'm going to put the link in for the stamps. I'm going to write myself a little note. And yeah. And then, so I will be back. So this is a permanent show. I'm not sure. I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. I'm not sure what I'll be doing every Thursday. Probably sharing things that I've been crafting and working on. I do have some other kind of craft stuff that I had really good luck at Savers a couple weeks ago. My daughter was with me and I'm like, I'm just going to run in and look. And I came out with, a lot of good bags of stuff. So I still have some other crafting kind of things to share and haul. Some things I found on eBay. I'll give you a little teaser. Little teaser. Yeah. Cupcake toppers. I got a really great deal on eBay a couple weeks ago. And so I think, I don't know, this Thursday morning will just kind of evolve. And I love creating. I love finding things that I'm inspired by. So yeah, we'll see how this will evolve. And I would love to, any of you that, Erin, I think Pat may have gone, Amy, anybody, I would love to have people come on to as guests, like no pressure. And, share things that you're creating and things that get you excited and inspire you, whether, it's making things with vintage materials, or it's really hard to find true vintage. I try to put as much vintage into the things I'm making, but, sometimes we have to do retro inspired, right? So yeah, if any of you are interested in coming on and, just chatting and maybe show some of the things that you're working on, that would be fun. I think it would be really fun. And let's see you tomorrow at your vintage chat. So tomorrow for Vintage Coffee Talk, it's on my channel tomorrow. So after this, I'm going to put up the thumbnail on YouTube and the reminder. So that will be 9 a.m. Tomorrow morning, Friday morning, that's Pacific time, or 12 noon Eastern time. That would be fun, Erin. I would love that. That would make me happy. That would be so fun. So let's talk about it. Because this is, it's kind of funny that I'm doing this because I'm very shy. I don't like my picture taken. I'm like, this is probably very shocking to some of my family that I'm doing this, but I I just love to create. It's what gets me excited. And I don't know. I just really felt the urge to do this and the desire to do this. And just to have a time of talking to people that are also excited about what they're doing in their creative. And I have found this to be all this behind me so cathartic, and it's been a hard year. We also lost my sister-in-law this past month. And so this is, hi, Christine. Christine's another creative. Oh my gosh. No, that's okay. I'm kind of wrapping up. And Jenny's here. Everybody's coming on. So you guys can go back and look. So I did a little DIY. I did a estate sale haul. But I'm so glad you guys are here. And I just also, Christine, I kind of just did a shout out, and I think Erin's interested. If this Thursday morning hour, or I guess it's been an hour and 15 minutes, it's sort of evolving. And so I kind of just did a shout out of anybody that would be interested in coming on at this 9 Pacific time, 12 noon Eastern time, and sharing things that you're working on, that you're creating, things that get you excited. I think that would be really fun, because I think there are some, like Pat's been doing that great show, the Maker Show with Jody, and I'm excited to see some of that coming into the community, because I love collecting vintage. I've been collecting vintage for years and years and years. It's kind of in my blood. My mom got me hooked on it. I've been, doing this and kind of in this since I was a teenager, maybe even earlier than that. And I have a love and appreciation for it. And so it's just a natural progression for me. I used to create jewelry with vintage items and beads, and do these kind of like assemblage kind of thing. So this is like natural for me to kind of go back to my roots and kind of go back to my love. Yeah. So yeah, we'll find a time that works, because I know this is what you're all about too, Christine. Yeah. So I meant to say Christine. Yeah. So yeah. So message me. I will message you guys. We'll talk, and I will see you, hopefully, all of you next Thursday, and tomorrow for Vintage Coffee Talk on my channel, same time, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon Eastern, tomorrow with Eastern with Kate at Releve Vintage and I. Tomorrow our topic is boho Christmas. And we'll just work. Oh, the other fun thing is I got a little off kilter because I was at my parents' this past weekend. I was very sick. I had crazy sinus infection. The estate sale came up, so I was a little kind of off my game. But what we are doing tomorrow, it's a little short notice, but we have kind of have a not a challenge, but we are challenged this week for our Vintage Coffee Talk is to take a traditional vintage item and sort of take a picture of it and show it reimagined in a modern or boho setting, boho way. And going forward, we're just going to use our hashtag Vintage Coffee Talk. We're going to use that going forward so we can kind of keep everything all in one spot. So I already have something in mind. After I'm done here too, I'm going to go take a picture of something that we would consider traditional vintage Christmas, and how we do it in maybe a clean, streamlined way, a more modern way, a boho way. How do we kind of reimagine that? And if you take pictures and post it on Instagram and use that hashtag, then we can show the pictures tomorrow morning on our show. So that's kind of, and I'll be a little with it carried forward the other weeks, but so behind this week. So anyway, that's it. So I hope to see you all tomorrow. I hope to see you all next week. And it's been fun. And yeah, thank you everybody for coming. It makes my heart really happy to see everybody here. And love you all and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye. See you later.